One of the reasons my husband Leif says he originally fell in love with me is because of my spunk. Now that's a non-Jewish term for chutzpah. Chutzpah is something all of my Jewish family members were born with, and they could never get rid of, no matter how hard they tried. Chutzpah means you think for yourself, you're willing to disagree, and you're brave enough to give voice to what you believe. Chutzpah is different than just being opinionated. Anyone can have an opinion, and more than likely, it stinks. Gotcha. True chutzpah contains both candor and humor. It's willing to play the part of offense and defense and even throw a Hail Mary or a Hail Moses pass when necessary. And that's where Midrash comes in. In Hebrew, Midrash means to search out. Jewish rabbis have been using Midrash for centuries. Midrash asks the reader to find those quirky, oddball scriptures and inconsistencies and try to make sense of them before God. It challenges us to explore that which we do not know in order to better understand the one that we want to know. This rich tradition invites deeper exploration, including study, reflection, and debate of the scriptures. I first discovered Midrash through a book by Judith Kunst called The Burning Word, and I love the way she describes it. Midrash reads the Hebrew Bible not for what is familiar, but for what is unfamiliar, not for what's clear, but for what's unclear, and then wrestles with the text passionately, playfully, and reverently. Midrash views the Bible as one side of a conversation, started by God, containing an implicit invitation, even command, to keep the conversation, argument, story, poem going. Midrash invites us to have a little chutzpah with the Bible. Like a good verbal exchange with my husband, Jewish Midrash urges us to take hold of a passage, wrestle with it, and not let go until we're worn out and forcibly must cry uncle. Midrash has become one of the beautiful connecting points where my Jewish heritage and Christian faith intersect. Through this ancient practice of biblical study, I'm invited into the depth of Scripture to trade in a surface understanding for a deeper grasp of a passage's meaning. Sometimes when I finish Midrash, I discover that I know a lot less than I thought I did. But even in that, I actually know more than I did when I started. So I'd encourage you to get together with some friends and dive into a familiar or even an unfamiliar passage of the Bible. Study it from different perspectives. Get to know the historical and cultural background. Wrestle with it as a community to get to know it and, more importantly, God better.